Kailasa is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity. Withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness, we can support you, aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. If you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you and make you interested in enlightenment science. We need to cater this enlightenment science to the whole world wherever they are. Because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasa is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Kailasa is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost. What I mean by word Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is Kailasa. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model communities. Kailasas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Pitas all over the world. all powerful cognition, knowledge. Only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. It's a fundamental truth.
Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet. If one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem.
I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you.
We will make the whole planet spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together.
We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life, manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become Kailasians.
I want the whole world. Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that.
Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service, helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. Kailasa is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity, withdrawal from life, self-hatred, denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you, aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Nithyanandam to all of you, all the viewers who are tuned in through various different social media platforms. Nithyanandam, we are here with a very, very exciting from Kailasa to all of you here.
To each and every one of you that is joining with us, that are watching us right now at this moment, what we have to share with each and every one of you is something that is going to give each and every one of us a deep satisfaction, because for so many years, what we are yearning for, or what we wanted to tell to the world, what we wanted to do, and what we have seen for all, what we wanted to offer, or something, one step that we can do for all the sacrifices that Pontiff has done. Today is a very beautiful news and an extremely exciting news that we have for all of you.
And just wanted to tell all of you, this is what every single every Hindu that took the lashes from the British, every Hindu that were beheaded by the Mughals, every Hindu that are going through the tortures, persecution right now, and all the disciples, devotees of Swamiji who went through that excruciating, said Hinduism is going to what some huge breakthrough that all of us have.
Now, joining with us in this segment is Manitya Pranapriyananda and Manitya Achalananda Swami, both of whom are also joining with us to share with us the exciting news. What is it that has happened to each and every one of you that are curious? What is happening? Joining with us, we have Manitya Achalananda Swami and Manitya Pranapriyananda.
Nithyanandam. So, as was being shared, today is a very momentous day for the entire Nithyananda Sangha, Kailasa, because what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and his followers, Kailasa, has been going through, has today been recognized by international forum, by the UN itself. We have this segment here. We've come to share this news with you because, like all of us, we understand and appreciate, all of us, all of you watching this will also be finally feeling, okay, there is the voices of persecution that have been heard finally, that have been recognized, and what all ordeals, persecution, genocide, ethnocide, Kailasa has gone through, the assassination attempts, the sexual assaults, the rapes, the immense amount of lawfare, and the multiple attacks directly on his own life, and the character assassination that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been going through, the unimaginable amount of dehumanization that he has been subjected to, in stark contrast to what all he has only contributed to humanity from the day of his happening on this planet Earth. That whole saga, one of the aspects of that, just one of the aspects of the persecution, which Kailash Union had submitted as a report to the UN, has been recognized, and Kailash Union's report accepting these various human rights violations, especially women rights violations, the children abuse that the children, the followers of Hinduism have gone through, is in yet another form. And the justice that has been long overdue, as it is said, justice delayed is justice denied. Denied justice is getting some amount of reprieve in the form of recognition. Needless to say, by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, immeasurable. Yet, what every followers, Kailasa, can go to the world, can bring out to the world what he has been subjected to, and what he still is being subjected to, and what in return his response to humanity has been undeniably only a life positive approach, only contributing to humanity. All this in a very nutshell, we will go over in the next few minutes.
I just wanted to take this opportunity to share with all our viewers. Today is a momentous day of Kailasa. Today, after 10 plus years of relentless persecution, assassination attempts, lawfare, hate speech in the media, finally, in the international community, persecution of the Supreme Individual, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam and Kailasa. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has gone through more than 70 assassination attempts, hundreds of illegal false cases slapped on him, murder attempts and hate speech in the media, 14,000 hours of hate speech in the media, brutal torture, inhuman medical, and what not. And we, as and followers of Hinduism, how the Supreme Pontiff has undergone every single persecution that has been done to him over the last 10 plus years, relentlessly. Yet only reached now responsibility to share what has happened with the world. But absolute non-violence. Follow the path of ahimsa. That was the only message that Supreme Pontiff said again and again and again. Let us all be non-violent. Let us radiate the truth of Advaita and oneness to the world and share with the international community what we have been subject to. And today, in the victory of Dharma, in the victory of the triumph of justice, the United Nations has recognized the illegal persecution, the relentless persecution that the Supreme Pontiff has gone through. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam has gone through, and Kailasa has gone through. On behalf of all the Hindus worldwide, I express my deepest gratitude to the United Nations for bringing out, after 5,000 years of Hindu Holocaust, and after 10 plus years of relentless persecution of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, we, for the first time, we have been able to bring out the persecution of Hindus and the persecution of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to the global community. We thank United Nations on behalf of Kailasa for recognizing the persecution of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam and Kailasa.
Today is a momentous day for Kailasa and the Hindu diaspora. The Hindus have gone through relentless persecution for more than 1400 years, and they've gone to the side. They don't even know that they have been persecuted. That is the impact that the anti-Hindu elements have created on the Hindus and the Hindu diaspora. For more than a decade, the last lamp of Hinduism, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Maharaj, in an unimaginable way. For the first time, the world has woken up. The world has recognized the persecution of Hindus. The persecution the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has gone through. It is bringing out the torturous the Hindu diaspora has gone through, and they have not been come to terms with. So it's a momentous day. We thank the United Nations for this cultural genocide to the world.
Just in the Satsang, the Nithyananda of Hinduism, the founder of Hinduism, said with all the Hindus worldwide, he said, Ahimsa paramo dhamaha, Ahimsa paramo tapaha, Ahimsa paramam dhanam, Ahimsa paramo jnanaha, paramam Ahimsa paramantraha, Ahimsa paramam. Ultimate truth. The non-violence is the ultimate penance. And that is what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has taught and preached to each and every one of us. Over the last 10 plus years, murder attempts and cancellation of the citizenship, to an extent where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is exiled from his own country. Every single thing that happened, the atrocities, the tortures, the character assassination, murders, and the Supreme Pontiff personally went through. Whatever was done, even to the disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the Supreme Pontiff took all the suffering and preached, and teaching us the rest. There is no point and why furiously time we take responsibility to showcase to the world what has happened to us. And plus years, the persecution, every single detail of the persecution of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been clearly documented. We have bodies, human rights missions, human rights to an we are to all of nations. The OHCHR, the Office of the High Commission of the Human Rights of the United Nations, they have the persecution of Jagat Guru Mahas, His Holiness, and the United Nations recognize the only Hindu nation in the world, the only Hindu civilizational and nation in the Kailasa as a nation. Kailasa, United Nations has happened today, and we are here to share this. This is a first step in bringing out what has happened. The 5,000 untold persecution Hindu. The first step today marks the beginning of an era of bringing out all the attacks, all the genocide, the rapes, the murders that Hindus have gone through and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has gone through. We thank the United Nations, and I want to share this with all the Kailasians, all the Hindus worldwide. Today is the day we feel that justice has been delivered, that finally we have been heard. The story which we were never allowed to tell, the story which was even wrongly told to us, which we are made to follow, the persecution that happened today, that very same persecution is being brought to the attention of international community for the very first time. The Hindu Holocaust is coming out to the world, to the public, thanks to the effort, the relentless, non-violent effort of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And we want to share this news with all of you. And we invite each and every one of you who's watching this live telecast to share this breaking news with every single human being that you know out there. Every single Hindu, every single living, born, practicing Hindu, those who are curious about Hinduism, every single human being, because what Supreme Pontiff is doing for humanity, conscious breaking the humanity. So today is not the day of triumph for Hindus, but the day of the triumph of humanity as such. So we invite each and every one who are watching us to please share the post which is on Facebook the breaking news. Please post under the post, share post virally to all your friends and family.
One can see here, this is the report. This is actually on the OHCHR page, the Office of the High Commissioner of Human Rights, specifically Committee on the Elimination of Discrimination Against Women. But I had actually called reports, and as here, committee is especially in charge of protecting the indigenous women. We all know the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is more the women followers of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism have been especially targeted by this massive persecution, ethnocide that has been going on against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and his followers for the last 2 decades. Literally, in a nutshell, what all has been done to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and his women followers, his female followers, including children, girls, was just concise to give a very brief overview, because there is tons to speak. As we all know, every narrative of every woman, every girl child who has gone through this persecution is just heartrending. We all know, as you've seen over the last few years, people coming out and sharing their emotional trauma and their physical trauma. And here in this report submission, which was done to the Committee of Discrimination, recognized and accepted on behalf of the Kailasa Union, as one can see here, and the report which is submitted and what this contained. We will just go over brief a few seconds.
To share the main post, which is on the SPHGM page, which we invite each and every one of you to like, share, and comment this specific post.
Report by the minority tradition community, indigenous. It goes how this whole thing is being inflicted on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism for very deep vested interests, and how it is meant to, how the whole attack is actually on a much deeper level than just a superficial character. This Hinduism from its very root, very fundamental, important principles, which are the foundation of life itself, which is the divine feminine being one of the very important aspects, as Bhagavan himself said, he being a Shakta himself, and how he, Devi Puja, how he himself has declared he's until beyond the feminine, only being in the planet Earth today who espoused the 11 genders, the existence of the 11 genders. Any of the problems which exist today, be it race or work, very fundamental issues in the society where women are not truly empowered, but they are not given their due space, will no longer be. Has always existence in life. It is not about supersedence. It is not about competition. It is not about having to prove anything. So here, try to present in a very brief about what the ideologies of Hinduism are, of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, who is a leader of 2 billion Hindus, is, and how that has been, and the result is actually like a hologram of what is happening, who have been going through this decade after decade, century after century, and millennium after millennium. What is happening today to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is intensified version of this whole persecution, the Hindu Holocaust, and what he has been doing. Brief, we'll just be going over the same and see the situation for women and children throughout the world being abysmal. The violence against women and children, violence, harassment, female infanticide. We know these are existent problems all across India, and having these problems is not just which social evils, to have a much deeper understanding in life. The sexual violence and the brutal rape have actually weaponized against the minorities, women, children, militant elements. This weaponization of the sexual violence targeting women and children is part of a much more pervasive and systematic campaign targeting those from of the whole attack on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism against the native literally which are Hinduism, including the Mughal forces, the spiritual tradition, current militants is the Hindu Adishaiva minority tradition in India. The women, children, and young girls target of the new Hindutva extremism. The attacks on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism continue. The children of the Supreme Pontiffism's, which nourishes the children and the being one of the very worst impacted, as one knows, like 2 years back when the whole persecution in Gujarat happened. The entire Gurukul just razed to the ground, the whole female, just exterminated, the people driven out, the monastery itself physically, the people who were running the temple administrators, the Nithyananda University, every single person and every single institution targeted, so that very well recognizing that if one eliminates this important aspect of Hindu, this empowerment of the divine feminine empowerment of women, eliminated once and for all. One can see here the ASMP.
Actually, as you were talking about how this women elimination is a strategy that they use, I just wanted to add a point to that. As you highlighted beautifully, one thing all of us need to notice in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, women, children, and sannyasis have always been the most respected, most revered, and so much of sacredness is given. But in the post-colonial era, women, children, are always treated where they would either the women were ill-treated or treated as a weak, and there was always so much of a part of the gender gap, the gender bias that we are having today. It's all the post-colonial era, the problems that have come in the post-colonial era. But in Hinduism, how we all lifestyle that the Supreme Pontiff is driving, where women and children and sannyasis are given the reverence and respect where they hold the position. In fact, one point I would like to make here is the leadership position of Kailasa is women are doing and successfully able to carry out the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's vision, and they're able to lead that to the humanity and take that to the humanity as the Supreme Pontiff envisions. So if we see statistically also speaking, women of the leadership Kailasas, and we're able to successfully do. And of course, without any kind of gender bias, there is no kind, it is not like the male separate. There is no given equal gender. Same way, even if you see how women are empowered to conduct temple rituals, how women are empowered. We are empowered. Experiences. And actually, like as Hindu women, we being empowered, it's actually the re-establishing the real feminism. Today, so many, like the pandemic, the rates of women violence has bias, whether in the work area where the number of unemployment rate so much that the women are going through. Now it is like a new opening for us where talking about is just real actually happened to what our Hindus have through our even to this day. If we want to be a sannyasi, if we want to be a Hindu monk, we are being tagged that we are sexually abused. Today, what has is a new opportunity, a huge platform that has opened up, actually allowing us to voice out this a platform to voice out. Actually, our voices. One thing that I want to also add, women. We even very recently, the amount of attacks and persecution that was done to the community in Kailasa, where on one side, his country whole protection of survival of real women, the Hindu feminism. When all this was happening on one side, including the revival of Yoginis, Sampradaya, Bhairavis, revered, and women had the freedom to live the life in the most the Supreme Court of Hinduism continuously was doing this. This actually sparked so many anti-social elements to come and to have the Supreme Pontiff and Kailasa as the prime target. Where Nithyananda Swami, huge abuse was done. Even in 29, Sampradaya have Manikya Prana was put, and there was so much of
Actually, you can see here, the women sannyas. The car was pushed by the extremist terrorists. You all can see you can see here the devastation of our Hindu sannyasis who were abused. This today, you all are seeing live right now in front of you. You all can see the video clips, the visuals of they were in their own temple minding their business by just because they chose to be a Hindu, because each of them be Hindu Sannyasis, all the properties are damaged.
how many women monks, women sannyasis, women monks are here. You can see the condition and status of the women as they are desperate recording a life where they're coming to life for help because they literally because the Supreme Pontiff
right now on the screen was sexually abused, she was raped. All devastating state. Even at that time, the house is shattered. You all can see this is what the extremists are doing to us even to this day. Today, the UN, the United Nations recognizing the persecution of the Pontiff of Hinduism. Kailasa is a platform that is open where our voices can now be heard. You can see how this whole attack is the whole thing, how because of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the empowerment that he has given to each of us, we are able to even stand, going through everything, yet standing powerfully and voicing out.
actually today the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is standing as a voice, as a hologram of the 2000 plus years of relentless spiral attack that has happened on Hinduism, the roots of Hinduism, the Hindu women, the mothers of Hinduism, so much abuse and attack. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism stands as the voice, taking the whole feminine empowerment, the woman empowerment to the next level. We are breakthrough. Women, it is no more merely reduced to cerebral opportunities, but where women are able to experience the real freedom, the real powerfulness, and the real strength. And we are allowed to be able to experience so many aspects.
Right now, how a woman sannyasi was raped and abused and put to the ground just because she chose to be Hindu. is what is our current state today. Just because Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, is reviving Kailasa, just because of that, you all can, the women who are standing up for building this Kailasa, who are standing up for this revival, we are going through. This is exactly our situation. You can see how her forehead is healing, how she's raped, how she's put here, abused, physically abused by the extremist terrorists. This we have been trying to voice out for years now. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been attacked, persecuted relentlessly for years now. And today that opened up, you all can see how barbaric these attacks are. They are pushing the car. So many extremist terrorists are pushing the car, trying to kill our sannyas, trying to assassinate our Hindu monk. This shows the curse of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. And today, the United Nations, the Supreme Pontiff has gone through a severe mess. Now, our voices are heard. Hindus, wake up now. At least now, wake up. This is a huge opportunity that has opened up for us. Our persecution, the attacks that we are experiencing in this day, that are looted, snatched away from us, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is getting attacked. Each of you sitting right now, watching this, all now, wake up. You have the palm fingertips. Go to Twitter right now. Use the hashtag. The hashtag is projected on the screen for you. Use this hashtag and go and share how you feel. How does it pain inside you, and how you feel about United Nations recognizing us. Tag all the UN. Share this.
The hashtag is protected for all of you. The hashtag is UN recognizes persecution of HDH Nithyananda and Kailasa. Each and every one of you, if you are hearing this now in front of you, it is high time that we wake up and we voice. Now the United Nations itself has recognized and has acknowledged the execution that has happened on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Kailasa. So now, to each and every one of you that are watching this, whether on Facebook, whether you go to your respective accounts, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and please do post what you feel about this and what do you want to voice. Please post that. And it is because you are all these now finger head understand today the whole world is here. Actually happen. How many are the mass city? Let Troy are Hindus. No, so many innocent, ignorant Hindus
are converted. Because we Hindus, let us take the action now. Go ahead, use this hashtag. Each of you have that power in your fingertips now. Go hashtag is projected on your. Go ahead and voice out. Your voice is needed for us. Our voices need to be heard. International platform is listening to us. The decision makers, thinkers of the society are listening to us. So you have the power to voice out. Your voice is powerful. You need to voice out. Take this opportunity in your hand and let us be survival of is already going persecuting, abusing the avatar. At least now, let us wake up. This is not just a wake up call for humanity. And let us take a few minutes. Go ahead and voice out how you feel about this entire thing that is happening and how you feel about the United Nations recognizing us. How you voice on the hashtag recognize HDH Nithyananda Paramashivam and tweet.
Here, what we have on the screen is the Facebook post as HDH Nithyananda Paramashivam page. Just going ahead and I would also share the main official post on Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda Paramashivam page. And here you are seeing the hashtag breaking news. UN published the of Hinduism and Kailasa and his followers, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the Paramashivam, for 2 decades for his highly progressive on true women empowerment. The massive lawfare, assassination attempts, sexual assaults and rapes, character assassination, shaming and sexual objectification of children, amongst many others, of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and his followers, especially the female followers, has been taken serious note of, and the report published on the UN website by the Committee on the Elimination of Discrimination Against Women. Execution of Hinduism and Kailasa. There is a link to actual report rights on indigenous women and girls, and here if you actually click where you can see in the page a list of articles, and in that there is Hindu world. So I'm going to read some of the comments under the main SPH Nithyananda Paramashivam post, and if you are watching us live, please do 3 things: like, comment under the post, share, like the comment under, and you can on the newsfeed, share it in the messenger with at least 21 of your friends, share it in all the groups that you are a part of, share it on all your comments. We have become Dr. Shanti Srivatsa saying Satyameva Jayate. Deep gratitude for our dear Swamiji for continually enriching humanity in spite of the relentless conflict and Sangha. Thanks to you for supporting the Satya and the Dharma. Thank you. We have Manitya saying finally, for as many worldwide and just UN recognizing the persecution shows the world is taking note of the suffering, abuse, and the violence shown upon the Pontiff of Hinduism, Swamiji, and his mission. And we have Srimati Inal.
Actually, Ma Jnanatma Swami, I would say each of us, each women who are here in the Sangha right now, each of us have to make a video, go live right now. Just use the same hashtag, tag Swamiji, and express what is a persecution. Tag the United. You don't know. Your voice has that power. You are powerful enough, and you will be able to do it. Let us all take a few minutes. Go 1 minute video. Go ahead and do it. You hashtag I request the NTV operator to project the hashtag. Use this hashtag. Minute video of yours. Share how you were, how you saw the persecution. How you feel now that the United persecution are being converted. You can people who feel, oh my God, I don't know what my tradition is. I don't know anything. All I'm seeing is only persecution. You can be a savior. So many Hindus, whether it is in Sri Lanka or in every country, whether it is the Hindus in Pakistan getting attacked, even in India getting attacked. Understand you're right now, you have the save them. We request the NTV operators to show all the visuals that we have. So what persecution is going on.
Actually, everybody see how of you that are watching this now. As a woman, as about to use amount of art that is happening, you all two monks are being dragged off our place. How you all monks pushed up, made homeless, all the Kailasa, all of the supreme pontiff of Hinduism, under the mercy recording it.
Understand here, you can see how they're being women. This is being pulled. This is how it is our Hindu women who are Hindu sannyasi.
Here, how our were dragged women standing there, we all are monks, everybody are being dragged, lynched, and they're all being pushed onto the road. This is just one of the years of persecution that has happened in pontiff of Hinduism. And you all can see here, you all can see how the monks are, you can see the female monk has fit and she has to be taken to the hospital.
She was sexually abused. She was the whole mob lynching just because she's a Hindu sannyasi. How mercilessly when our sannyasis being mob lynched, India is there to cover TRP rape. Not a human being is there to protect them, to stop them getting abused. Understand? These are all very strategic. These are each of these that you're seeing are very strategically done, extremely just to destroy. Understand what you're witnessing right now is the point and all the supreme point of Hinduism gone through and is going through today.
Assaults, sexual assaults, abuses, rapes, murder attempts, make mob lynching, character assassination, and much more. And all of these relentlessly happening on all religions and on the Supreme Pontiff, because the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has had one of the most progressive, most advanced of empowering women. The Supreme Pontiff has come up with some of the most breakthrough, some of the most progressive way of reviving the Hindu feminism, and that has led to the empowerment that has given shelter, life, and protection to so many women. And this makes Supreme Pontiff of
different homes, 20 homes. Nobody have opened up their own cause saving. It is only the Supreme Pontiff of Hindus, out of extreme compassion, has taken for away absolutely free of cost with the best medical system. Gone through, taken the pin. You can see the monks are being pulled by the police. Police are no defense. Is this what is happening? It is happening in front of you.
I can see so many media channels. See how our women, old age women, are just being dragged onto the road. You all can see how the hut, the shelter that they are having, just attached hut, is just being removed, dismantled with women and deities and every side. Children are inside. You all can see the merciless, inhumane attack on Hinduism, on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. You all can see how the deities are just
builds golden temples to keep the deities, our Hindu gods, and put in the mud. Do you all see this? Wake up. Even the police is pulling and
you all
oh
can
my
see
God,
the physical abuse that is happening.
physically assaulting our mom just because each of them chose to be a Hindu. This is the assault that each of them are experiencing to this day. Real, if you feel, oh my God, whether it is anything else, it's humanity that is needed here. These people are being barbaric. It's so inhumane. Please, United Nations, tag the human rights organizations, tag all the big media channels that you and go ahead, make your videos, make your tweets. You can see small child, you all can see the small girl child sitting there in middle of the road, even then doesn't want to leave her kavi, doesn't want to leave the deity, just want to stand up by Hinduism, despite being physically assaulted. You all see how physically assault Hindus away. Why? Is she not walking? Oh my God, this is a torture. This is what you are seeing is less than 1% of what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has gone through. Understand, each of you have the power right now. It's not enough just feel inside over them. No, let us take action now. You have the power. With the power, go ahead and go share this. Go ahead and go and make tweets, and share it. It is in your hands. Use the hashtag. We are going your live responses in the hashtag.
Actually, each and every one of you, the hashtag, you can express your thoughts and opinions in terms of post through a picture, through a meme, or you want to make a poster card, or you want to make a video. But understand, in whatever way you can, express it, voice out.
Actually, I'm seeing so many. I'm seeing Kailasa Toronto, Kailasa Ivana, Kailasa United Nations for Yogi Science, Maragananda that are going and tweeting. Great, make one understand now. At least say what we are going through.
Absolutely, as you can see here, continuously are being the only thing that they did is because they are Hindus, because they are reviving the Hinduism and reviving the enlightenment ecosystems of Hinduism worldwide. That attack. Our entire ecosystem established by the Pontiff of Hinduism is being destroyed. The enlightenment ecosystem established in the very same place where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is was born and brought up, that being destroyed? Attack. And today, this information is brought out in front of the international community thanks to the United Nations. Thank you for bringing it in front of the international community, and it is our responsibility as Hindus to bring it out to the attention of the influencers, to bring it out to the attention of the governments.
This entire world that can actually recognize the efforts of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And finally today, seeing a news that, the United Nations, the highest body that can Independence Day for the Kailasa Sangha, because after all the persecution relentlessly being attacked, there is one person which is ready to stand up for the truth and stand by the side of truth and support Swamiji. I just can't express the gratitude for, to Swamiji for patiently handling through all of this, and that too in a very non-violent way, just unimaginable. I can't even fathom how he does it, but he always delivers. That's all. I'm so happy that this is happening today, and I'm very, very glad I'm part of this the organization. I'm following Swamiji, and I'm grateful to Swamiji to have made me stand by the side of truth through this entire time and not get diverted. That's all I wanted to share. My gratitude to Swamiji, and thanks to the United Nations for bringing the truth the way it is for the very first time since the persecution started.
Absolutely, Srinidhi Shraddhananda. Yeah, thank you so much for live calling in today. And as you're seeing on the live screen here, for the first time, a person in prison, the video has been purposely leaked to break and to hurt the sentiment of Hindus worldwide. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, who was illegally imprisoned, just to break the morale of Hindus, just to hurt the Hindu sentiments. First of all, it was an illegal arrest. Second of all, it was illegal to show anybody under imprisonment. And for the first time, you would have never seen such a footage other than probably in the movies, but the live footage of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism being interrogated, being pushed into the prison time and again, the illegal imprisonment was shown to public. just to break the morale. And as the disciples of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, just watching it, he has been tortured while he was in prison. And today, 10 years after this incident, today we are having the international community, the United Nations, the highest international body, recognize the persecution of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Kailasa. So thank you so much, Sri Nithyananda, for coming and sharing. Like you said, you voiced what every Kailasian feels today. Finally, we feel relieved and fulfilled and happy that the justice has come out, and we now have a platform to share all the atrocities that has been done on Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Kailasa. Thank you so much for joining us for this live calling in, and thank you for calling Nithyananda TV and the live channel.
Thank you, Nithyananda.
Thank you, Nithyananda. As you can see, dear viewers, here we are seeing how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Kailasa have been relentlessly persecuted, a story that we were never allowed to be told. And today, for the very first time, the Hindu Holocaust, the genocide, the rapes and murders of millions of Hindus, 500 million Hindus have been raped, killed and murdered in the most brutal genocide in the human history that has been done to the Vedagamic civilization. And today, we have an opportunity to share it with the world. And for the first time, the Hindu Holocaust has been brought out in the front of the international community to the United Nations for bringing it out. And if you're watching this, please do go ahead and comment with the hashtag UN recognizes the persecution of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Kailasa. Go ahead and do a post on social media, share the post on the SPH AGM page, and make a tweet, make a video, whatever we can do to the world. Let us go ahead and do that.
And we saw how it is multiple arrest after arrest, illegal arrests of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and the way he is treated, even the worst criminal, the worst terrorist also will not be subjected to such horrible human rights violations, as he is put in a cell in which, as one saw in the video itself, there is not even a floor, a clean floor, a clean something, even a piece of cloth on which that he can lie down. And it's never been heard of that any so-called interrogation by the police is telecasted on television. One can see over here, it is not just a coincidence or unintentional, it is intentionally dehumanizing the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Yes, the leader of 2 billion Hindus being subjected to being put in a cell, and his so-called interrogation being telecasted live on national television as if it's a breaking news. In this, it didn't end over here. This interrogation, after it was spread virally over the television, one can see here it is supposedly a CCTV footage. But what was being flashed in the television is confession is being telecasted live, apparently. What kind of a confession? When there is zero audio recording of what is happening over here, it's only a CCTV footage that is released. And in fact, one can see the confidence with which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is replying. It's not an interrogation. It's a strong replies in the satsang. He's clearly explaining what the whole false case is about and how it's just a stupid, ridiculous framing of him. One can see here, he's explaining, is this looking like a confession? But what will be shown in the media headlines is the CID probes and he confesses and he admits to all the rumors and the lies that were spread about the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. To substantiate that, this video is being leaked and it's being shown as if it's an exclusive telecast by this particular television channel, and lie after lie about what they wanted to propagate about him, to spread about him. Like you see over here, refuses to identify himself with the sex tape. The whole video is morphed. What is there to identify? So these kind of repeated lies being done to brainwash the people and make them literally look at the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism as a criminal when actually he is a victim, the victim of a huge conspiracy. So the victimization is what they were really trying to do with this. Legally, when Kailash tried to question the very illegal act of the leaking of this interrogation tapes in something as safe as the CID's headquarters, they can't be place safer than that. You can't say that something got leaked. And when this was questioned, when the petition was placed before the court seeking these interrogation tapes, because they had the proof that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, how he was subjected to inhuman torture, at that time, the police came back with a reply saying that the tapes were stolen. He is supposed to be protecting the whole country, the citizens, from theft, comes back and says the interrogation tapes were stolen. From where? From under their very nose, from their very headquarters. This was then filed as a case of theft way back in 2010. And needless to say, the case was just dragged not for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, or a whole 8 years till 2018. When in 2018, the court actually came down heavily on the police, saying there's absolutely not a smell of a theft. Where is the question of convicting? Information, making the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism look like a criminal by spreading absolute lies, by fabricating videos of him, by showing what he said when Bhagavan said, I'm of transcendental gender, I'm beyond masculine and feminine. The media announced as knowing who has only contributed to the world. He is, forget being a threat to the society, all he has done is only showered love and compassion to every human being, not only in India but across the world. And this is what he gets subjected to in return, where a battalion of 600 police officers are accompanying him to the police jeep. He is framed in illegal case, which is absolutely baseless, when he is actually being attacked, when his disciples, when his women followers are being attacked, and that is being streamed on television. They are being broken when raped on television. Instead of arresting, the Pontiff of Hinduism gets arrested, and he gets paraded as if he is a criminal. Here you have the televisions telecasting how the police are manhandling the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, which is unheard of in any other society, in any other religion. Can you imagine being treated 1% as abusively? If we do not see what is our two eyes are just being able to see, it is zero doubt that we are on the verge of just extreme sensitivity that we are exhibiting to what's happening in front of our eyes. Forget the Mughal rule, forget the colonial rule. What's happening today? And as we are sharing over here, these gory visuals, which just make one squirm in the stomach, we're having a line of people who are waiting to call in and share their thoughts and what their opinions are. And of Hinduism is really the last of him. He himself has been exiled into statelessness. That is the state of Hinduism. Let's not mince words over here. Let's spade a spade. This is where we are Hindus. We cannot afford to have just dreams of reviving Hinduism and all its glory and tradition unless we, you and me, decide to come on the ground and fight for the rights of Hinduism, fight for Hinduism just be alive. Forget even propagating it. All the pillars, temples, Gurukul, Goshala, look at the news, look at the social media. Everywhere one can see every single pillar, Hindu libraries, every single attack in our face. And we're being fooled or being scared. Neither is going to work. And we be active about defending our religion. The next generation will not know the H of Hinduism. That's where we are.
Here you can see the very residence of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism being burnt with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism inside his own residence is being burnt.
Anti-Hindu elements are attacking the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and that has been continuously telecasted in the media. The whole idea of this anti-Hindu media is to against Hindus and ensure that Hindus disown their own, ensure that Hindus are identityless. That is what they were trying to do throughout this persecution, making Hindus orphan. And we are in the verge of the genocide. We don't even recognize that we're being persecuted. Like what Swami told, all the pillars of Hinduism, whether it is temples, Gurukul, or Gosha, every single pillar is being attacked. And that Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been for more than 2 decades to its original authenticity. For that, he has been persecuted to an enormous level, which nobody can even cognize. And for the first time today, the United Nations have recognized the persecution that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has faced. This is a wake-up call for all Hindus. This is really a time for all Hindus to wake up and understand where we are at today and in the media.
Nithyanandam? Nithyanandam? Nithyanandam, ma? Can you please?
That this is a huge opening for the world. United Nations showed that Sanatana Hindu man had and also they will notice that Kailasa, that all the sanyas, all the families, all the sacrifices, and he has given so much and every spot. And we're moving into that. Thank you, everyone.
Wonderful, Ma. So beautifully shared. We are moving into the new era of global peace with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, here to assassinate Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And this is being live telecasted on a national television channel, and to kind of provoke that kind of a feeling of a mob hatred and mob lynching, so that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism could be lynched by mob once and for all, and he could be assassinated. So many assassination attempts have happened, and today, finally, we feel a sign of relief as all these attacks and persecution have been brought in the face of the international community by the United Nations, recognizing and Kailasa and recognizing the Kailasa nation. Every Hindu should celebrate because 5,000 years of persecution. Today is the day when that persecution, we have been allowed to tell the persecution to the world in a way the world understands and cognizes and acknowledges the persecution that happened to Hindus, which is something which we have never been able to do. And today, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has successfully brought out the Hindu Holocaust in the face of the international community. That is why today marks a very important day in the calendar of Hinduism, in the calendar of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Oldest living civilization in the world today.
Actually, United Nations estimates that 1 in 3 women faces violence during their lifetime. 81% of the cases do not get justice. This is what the world is facing today in terms of women's rights, and especially rights of women. And we also have the history of how the Hindu women are brutally raped and tortured post Mughal invasion. And so the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has revived feminism, has revived the Hindu feminism in an unprecedented way. The Yogini Sarvangapitam, especially
as you are sharing, we have the next live caller. The next live call-in coming in. So let's just take the live call-in as we before we proceed. Nithyananda. Nithyanandam, thank you so much for calling Nithyananda TV. Nithyananda Manati Muktikarandama, thank you so much for calling in live today. And today is the day where we are sharing with the world the breaking news that the United Nations has recognized the persecution of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Kailasa. So what would you like to share with our viewers?
If I could, I would go to a rooftop and shout and declare to the world that today is a breakthrough day for all of humanity.
Absolutely.
The amount of intense persecution that Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam has gone through, it is only an avatar who could have gone through that intense persecution. And having known, or at least having been in his presence, having had his blessings since 2009, I have seen so much of the persecution And it broke my heart to see what he had to go through and the helplessness that all of us as his devotees, we felt at that moment. Yet through everything, what I want to share with the world is Swamiji never stopped what he wanted to do for his devotees, for humanity. The immense amount of work, the blessings, the initiations that he's been giving and sharing has not stopped. Yet he was going through the persecution. His sannyasis, his adinavasis, his sangha, his mission was put through a grinder, literally. And we stood by trying to see who would even give us would lend a ear for us to share what we were going through, what we saw Swamiji going through. And it was, today is a day when we feel that the day has come, the light is shining, where we are being heard, where the justice that we want to see happen for Swamiji, for him as an avatar, to undertake what he is here for all of humanity, through Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Today is when it begins. We are so blessed and we are so privileged to be accepted, to be blessed by him, to be guided by him, to know, to be empowered that anything we put ourselves to, we can make it possible. That strength, what he gives us and all of humanity, I am so happy. I have, it's so priceless to even think of what this can mean and how the world will sit up and take note of every contribution of Swamiji. What he has done, what he is doing, and what he is going to be doing. Everybody to take note and to really look in and understand the truth. I am so empowered that he has shown me how I need to stand for the truth, how I need to share and talk to the world that my Guru has been going through a persecution. My Guru needs the support and we need to stand by him. We need to stand by Hinduism. And this is the time to raise ourselves to the next level. It is such a privilege to have his blessings. And I request everybody who is here hearing this, the past devotees, so much people have been going through because they were afraid or they dropped. So much has happened. But today is the day to come and stand by Swamiji. Today is the day to come see that the UN is paving the road for us to get this heard all across the world. And I can only share my gratitude, my surrender, that space of bliss that I'm feeling just by even thinking about Swamiji. To be in the presence of or to have the blessings of an avatar is beyond lifetimes. And I wish that for everybody. And I'm so happy today that the truth is coming out. Let us make this the biggest breakthrough that has ever happened. And I thank you, Swamiji, for giving me this opportunity to stand by you, to fight for you, to fight for humanity. Thank you, Jnanatma Swami.
Wonderful, Ma. Thank you so much, Manatya Muktikananda. So aptly said, so beautifully summarized. Exactly, this is an opportunity that the Supreme Pontiff has given us to just be a part of this huge revival. And in spite of the relentless attacks on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the Supreme Pontiff, just by his tyaga and showing us how we should all respond in the face of such brutal, inhumane torture and assassination attempts and whatnot, how just being in the space of Advaita and only having the non-violence as the only strategy, how the Supreme
protect the individual so that whatever the police and the other authorities wanted, the false confessions from the accused could be extracted. The same thing they tried way back in 2010 by trying to extract false confession from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself. And yes, to all of us, his disciples and followers, it sounds like a joke, because the being who has gone beyond the mind for whom the mind is a tool that he uses, just like a pianist plays a piano, just like he has total control over the symphony, the same way he was attempted, mental state was attempted, and needless to say that could never happen, because there exists nothing called the mind in him as it exists in us human beings. So the relentless torture that he had been subjected to because of this one fact, where false confession could not be extorted. One is, false confession could not be extorted because a crime itself never happened. There was no crime committed. Hinduism has done is only serve humanity. If there is a crime, then the whole question of humanity, really humanity needs to stand on top of its head and relook at what life is all about. So when time after time, the whole continued persecution, why over a decade? It's because he is standing strong on that one principle, on that one ideology, which he has always been saying from day one. He's come here not to prove that he is God, but to prove that we are God, that each and every individual is not only divine, each and every individual is Paramashiva himself. That Paramashivatva experience, making people understand, telling them, explaining them in words, giving them the experience through the Diksha, through the initiations, this is what the Supreme with unending power. And that is something the anti-Hindu terrorist element not digest, because they know once he empowers any Gurukul kid with the power of the third eye, once he empowers any woman with the realization of the divine feminine, once he empowers individual with the awakening, then conscious realm, the avatar has landed, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the living incarnation, the Nija avatar of Paramashiva and Devi Parashakti herself. That is his mission. So much before the Hindus where this is heading, the anti-Hindu terrorist elements have long before recognized, and therefore this entire attempt at exterminating him physically from this planet, exterminating Kailasa, his mission, this whole thing done with such a vicious vengeance, because they know he is the last lamp of Hinduism, and that last lamp of Hinduism has the entire promise of reviving Hinduism, not only in one or two dimensions, in its entire facets, dimensions, and glory. And needless to say, that fervor, that patience, and that integrity and intensity of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is what makes his monks, his disciples, stand strong and defend against the attacks being made on them, because they are the next lines of defense also, and also the seeds to carry Kailasa and to spread to humanity, to the
Nithyananda,
whole
Achal, sorry to interrupt
what
you.
Hinduism stands for
We have
and
the
why
next live
Hinduism
call-in,
should survive, because
viewer
that is
available
the
here.
only promise for, the only hope for, the only possibility for a crime-free,
Yes, ma'am, just a moment.
peaceful, blissful humanity.
Yes, yes, ma'am, please go ahead. Can you please go ahead and introduce yourself?
Mahatma Swami, this is Manita Divyananda from Kailasa, San Jose.
Nithyananda ma, thank you so much for live calling in. And today being a very, very, very important breaking news that we are sharing in. Thank you so much for live calling in today. And please go ahead and share what you would like to share.
Ma, this is truly amazing news. I'm so happy, so grateful that it's a big breakthrough today. And His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, our beloved Swamiji, has been facing this relentless persecution for past over 2 decades, and such character assassination, physical assault, sexual assault, and the destroying the Adinam. All this has been going on since past 2 decades, and today it's a big breakthrough that United Nations is recognizing the persecution what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam and Kailasa and the devotees have gone through. And it's a big victory for us. It's a big victory for Sanatana Hindu Dharma, for Hinduism. And Ma, in spite of the relentless persecution that Swamiji has gone through, he has tirelessly worked, and he has been tirelessly working to revive this ancient enlightened civilization. And he has created this enlightenment ecosystem all over the world. I am part of this one enlightenment ecosystem in San Jose, and I'm so grateful to Swamiji for gifting us this enlightened lifestyle. So in spite of the relentless persecution, he has not stopped. He has not stopped all his service to humanity. And even in this pandemic time, Swamiji, he has opened the doors of Kailasa, where he is closing the Swami opened his door to protect people, So it's a such compassion of Swamiji. So happy. I think finally the truth prevails, and it's for us. Truly very happy about it.
Absolutely.
Gratitude to United Nations.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. It's an absolute gratitude that we are having for United Nations. Every Hindu feels relieved at the end of the day for the United Nations recognizing the persecution and the Hindu Holocaust. So beautifully shared, Martha and Divyananda. Thank you so much for coming live. And
thank you so much, Mata. Thank you, Nithyananda.
And yes, we have so many devotees and disciples, the followers, the e-Kailasians, who have shared their experience and commented on the SPHJGM page on Facebook, the official Facebook post. So let's see what are some of the comments that have been left by our viewers and e-Kailasians worldwide. So here I'm now projecting the Facebook live post. And if you have not yet liked, commented, and shared this post, now is the time to do that. Here is the pinned post with the hashtag breaking news on the top, which shares how UN has recognized our persecution. And I'm now going to read some of the comments left by our e-Kailasians and Hindus worldwide. And if you are watching this and if you have not yet left your comment, please go ahead and leave your comment here under this post. So we have Vishnu Goswami saying, thanks to United Nations for recognizing the ongoing persecution on the Supreme Pontiff. Atrocities on Hindu sannyasis continued even in the current days. High time Indian government takes corrective actions. Thank you very much, Vishnu Goswami Ayya, for coming and sharing. Please do share this live post virally. The Facebook post that's there, please do come forward and share this. Like the post, comment under the post, and share the post with all your friends and family. So here we are seeing so many comments left by the e-Kailasians. V. Rajashekaran is saying, The truth is recognized by the United Nations, the criminals are exposed, and the Swamiji's relentless fight has yielded the result. Gratitude to Swamiji. Absolutely. And we have BC Sridhar from India saying the world community now knows how Swamiji was targeted for highlighting and teaching non-violence, the essence of all forms of life in Hinduism. Absolutely, Sridharaya, so beautiful. We have Srinitya Padmarupananda who is sharing gratitude to the Supreme Pontiff for standing for Hinduism and fighting for the benefit of humanity, for all of humanity, doing things no one else can and will for Sanatana Hindu Dharma. And we have Chandramula sharing so many years. So finally, the recognition of the persecution. Let's share it with the world. We have Shalini Ashokan from Malaysia saying, such a wonderful news and a big victory for all Hindus. Truth is recognized by the UN. Dharma always wins. We have Vinay Garg saying, what a wonderful news. Gratitude to Swamiji for standing up and the continuous efforts to revive Sanatana Hindu Dharma. And we have Nithyananda Paramashivam who is saying, Swamiji has been persecuted for most of his life as a leader of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Nearly every Hindu in this world has been persecuted in some way. It's time for the truth to be known. Hinduism is the greatest life science and life positive way of living. Let truth be revealed. We have Gauri Ram Mohan saying, finally, justice is noticed by the world. When is India going to wake up? And we have Manitya Shambhuvananda saying, great news, enrich people through sharing this amazing news. Please do go ahead and share. We have Maitreyi Solai sharing, it's time the truth reached the entire world. This is indeed a wonderful news. And Manitya Katitananda saying, it is time. Thank you, United Nations, for helping to bring this truth to the Bhagavan, Kailasa's SPHJGM, Nithyananda Paramashivam, and to Hindus. We celebrate today. Let's make this news viral. Let's share it with everyone. And Mapiyesha saying the most awaited happening happened by His grace. And we do have so many comments that are flooding us on YouTube and Facebook. And if you are watching this, please do like, comment, and share the post on the SPH JGM page. And it's time for us to share this news with the world. And as the Supreme Pontiff had shared with all of us before, it is not just the anti-Hindu elements attacking Sanatana Hindu Hindus not being active. And recently, we saw in the Adi Parashakti's Akashic reading, she said, every Hindu is born with a responsibility to protect Sanatana Hindu Dharma. So if you are a born Hindu, a Hindu born to Hindu parents, it is time we take the responsibility and protect Sanatana Hindu Dharma. And it is the responsibility and the commitment that we have given to protect Sanatana Hindu Dharma that has given us this beautiful Hindu lifestyle. So every Hindu, it is our responsibility to share this news virally. Like the post, comment under the post, share this post with your friends, family, near and dear ones. Do tweet with the hashtag that's been projected on the screen. Use the hashtag UN recognizes the persecution of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Nithyananda and Kailasa. So please do go ahead and share this news virally and with the hashtag, and make a tweet sharing this news, and make a 1-minute video, share what you feel about this, and do comment under the live feed on YouTube. That if you're watching this on YouTube or on Facebook, please do comment under the live feed. It is our responsibility to share this news with the world. So if you're watching this and if you have not yet shared this post, please do come and share this post virally with your friends, family, and with everyone. Now, Like you can see here, the Facebook post that is being projected. I'm going to read some more comments because we are having the flooding of comments on YouTube showing there finally the fulfillment and the peace that we feel because the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been recognized. The persecution has been recognized. Kailasa has been recognized. What we have gone through has been recognized. The Tyaga of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been recognized. The efforts that Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has put towards the revival of Sanatana Hindu Dharma has been recognized. And it is time we bring out what has happened to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam. And I invite each and every one of us who are watching this to please come on Facebook and do share your comments on Facebook under the main breaking news post so that we can share this information to the world and do share this with your friends, family, with your near and dear ones. The most important news that the United Nations recognizes the persecution of the SPH Nithyananda Paramashivam and Kailasa. And use the hashtag that's projected on the screen whenever you're sharing and whenever you're tweeting. Always use this hashtag. So we have Ma Brahmajnana who's saying that this is indeed a great news. May truth prevail. We have Ma Vikas Patel offering his gratitude to Swamiji and Ma Nitya Bhakti Vasyananda who is sharing that deeply grateful to the United Nations for providing this platform in which honest news is shared to see justice, to give a voice to the Hindus who need an honest way to be heard worldwide. Thank you. And we have Krishna Shetty who's saying, we thank the United Nations for the right decision. India of Swami Nithyananda. Thank you, Krishna Reddy Ayya. And we have many more comments. And if you're watching this live, please do go to SPH JGM page and do comment under the live post. So we have Vijaya Ramaya who's saying victory, victory, victory to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. My warm gratitude to Bhagavan. And we have Patricia offering her gratitude. And we have Manish Shukla who is also sharing this with all the main media channels and sharing this news. And we have Nirmala Devi saying, at least even after so many years, justice has been done to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The truth can never be hidden. And we have Vishnu Goswami saying, gratitude to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism for standing up for Sanatana Hindu Dharma despite the ongoing persecution. The contribution of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to humanity is invaluable. Please do come on the FB page and do share and comment under the live post, the pinned post on the top. Please do share your thoughts and as comments under the live post. So we have Nishir Maski who is sharing, thank you United Nations for recognizing the genocide against Sanatana Hindu Dharma and SPH and Kailasa. Thank you very much, Nishirji, for coming online and sharing your comment. And if you're watching this, please like the post, comment under the post, and share the post with your friends on your friends' timeline, in your news feed, send it as a messenger. Use and exhaust all possible options to share this. Share it as a WhatsApp broadcast, share it as a tweet, share it on your Instagram, share it on Facebook, and share it in Messenger, share it in WeChat, all the platforms. The world needs to know what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been subject to. So let's all take a moment to go ahead and share this virally on social media.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham.